but Southern States Wrestling's demise has been greatly over-exaggerated the last 6 or 7 months around the Mountain Empire, around the wrestling world. Hello again, everybody. It's your old friend here, handsome Beau James. Some people like to call me the King of King Sport, and I'm so tickled to death. I'm so happy to be right back here where many, many years ago it all started as part of the W.A.K.E television network right here on Tri Cities TNN. We started here in the 90s, and we returned home for this prime time wrestling program, the first ever locally produced, locally ran wrestling promotion shown in primetime television right here in the Mountain Empire. An exciting day. We're going to take a look at the not so recent past, and we're going to go back a few years also here today. We got a lot of stuff geared up and ready to show you. We're going to talk about upcoming events around the Mountain Empire, and we're going to let you know about a very, very special reunion that's coming to the Mountain Empire here in just a few short weeks. But I want to kick it off with a heavyweight champion. I'm talking about the controversial Eric Darkstorm. The man this year alone has defended the belt in South Dakota, Wyoming, Florida, West Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, and all over. He's even taken the call in at some places the United States Heavyweight Championship, but it's the Southern States title defended right here in the Mountain Empire for many, many years. And what I want to do is take a look at one of his classic matchups with his #1 contender, the man that's been after him for over a year now. I'm talking about Kyle Matthews.
The bell's gone. Referee Jake Booth has got an unenviable task ahead of him this evening as he is officiating this contest between Eric Darkstorm and Kyle Matthews. Kyle Matthews making his debut here for Southern States Wrestling. And I tell you what, put your seatbelts on, folks. Take a deep seat, because this is going to be a barn burner, as they say. I think it's safe to say this is one of the most highly anticipated matches in Southern States Wrestling in a good long time, as both of these tremendous competitors have never faced each other. This is the first time ever that these two guys have squared off in the ring, not only in Southern States Wrestling, but anywhere in the world for that matter. And this is a highly anticipated matchup, as they are matched up very evenly, size and strength-wise. Eric Darkstorm does have a weight and size advantage over Kyle Matthews, but that is something that he is very used to as far as being the smaller man in the matchup. He is a tremendous high flyer and a tremendous athlete, as the people here in Kingsport or Mount Carmel, they're rallying behind Kyle Matthews here after Mr. Darkstorm had some very disparaging words for the good fans here of Southern States Wrestling. They've locked up collar and elbow. Kyle Matthews with a waist-lock position on Darkstorm. Nice reversal, up and into a waist-lock takedown. Front chancery for a moment, rolls it right over. Matthews now has got that arm pinned, and he's going to drop back on it, applying a ton of pressure. But no, just that fast, Darkstorm was able to roll out of there. That one blink of the eye of Mike Sutherland, that one moment is all it took. Matt Rhodes, you know that as well as any of us. It only takes a heartbeat, man. Things change fast.
You're exactly right. Take a look at two of these young athletes in the ring. Kyle Matthews, Eric Darkstorm. First time ever meeting, as Joe Wheeler mentioned. Darkstorm in control here. Nice reversal. Hartman's carry takeover there. Well, head scissors by Darkstorm. Matthews trying to keep out of it here. This should be a very entertaining match from bell to bell. And look at the athleticism getting ready to be on display here. And they're jockeying for position right now. Oh, yeah, no, a single leg crab. Now he's got him hooked here again, but we're rolling back. Oh, what a nasty submission this is, Michael.
Absolutely got him in a modified surfboard here, but I'm telling you, once they get a maneuver put on the other, they absolutely go back and reverse it, and the tides change so quick. I don't know that we're going to be able to call this action. What an arm drag, taking him straight over there. Kyle Matthews certainly lacks the size, come in tonight at about 195. So from a wrestling standpoint, that's not a large weight factor at all. Most wrestlers we see now 220 or above, but he's a little on the small side. Eric Darkstorm may be going to underestimate him because of that, as Darkstorm a little bit bigger, as you can see. But again, as you said, Joe, this was probably, outside of the heavyweight championship match, the most anticipated match on the card. That's what I heard the fans talking about before the action started tonight, and even during intermission. They said, hey, we're getting ready for Darkstorm and Matthews in just a moment. And ready for it they are. This is going to go back and forth, and I may have to sit out on this, let you guys call it. I may lose my breath on it.
Well, I tell you what, it's I'm sure it's going to be tough to call at some points in time. It's the holds, the counter holds, and as fast as these guys go at it. But they're kind of pacing themselves thus far in the contest. There's a certain feeling out process, too, especially for two wrestlers who've never been in the ring before. They have to test each other's strength, their speed, their reaction, their timing. And this can be very crucial for a wrestler to get that feel about another wrestler, if you will. It's something that's very difficult to explain, but you have to be in there to understand it. Beautiful arm drag takeover there by Kyle Matthews on Eric Darkstorm as he's got his man grounded, drives the knee into the arm as Matthews now continues to control Eric Darkstorm with that arm bar position. A very sound strategy. He's picked his body part and he's going to work on it. And that's a great strategy, fundamental basic wrestling 101. The Anderson brothers taught that so well to so many wrestlers over the years. You pick a body part, whether it's the arm, whether it's the leg, whether it's the neck or back area, and you focus on that area. You rip, pull, tug, kick, do everything that you can and focus on that body part, and you will weaken it. As Matthews right there, beautiful cross body block coming across. Got a 2 count on that one. Both men back up. Drop kick right on the button. And again, right on the button with the drop kick by Matthews. Arm drag takeover, picture perfect, textbook style. We're at the 5-minute mark in the contest here as Kyle Matthews has Eric Darkstorm grounded on the canvas.
Middle ropes here. Here we go. Sends him off far side. Next clothesline. Here comes Kyle Matthews. Misses the crossbody. Darkstorm. A very smart maneuver. There you see it pointing to the head. The mind games. Outthinking his opponent momentarily. Misses the crossbody. You know, we know Darkstorm's a very smart individual. Spends a lot of time up here in West Virginia studying wrestling tapes. And I'm sure he's seen many tapes on Kyle Matthews. He had that spot well scouted with the crossbody. Here we go again. Sends him off. Big move there. Takes him out at the throat. Kyle Matthews is down and in trouble. We've seen Matthews in control moments ago, and Darkstorm has quickly turned things around. Now with a backbreaker, Michael Sutherland. It's been back and forth. Right now, pure talent Eric Darkstorm in control.
Absolutely. Marietta, Georgia native Kyle Matthews, widely regarded as one of the top young athletes in professional wrestling today. If he wasn't, he wouldn't be wrestling right here in Southern States Wrestling. But actually, he said, hey, this is the place to be. I want to come wrestle. Let's get an opponent together. Eric Darkstorm makes his return to Southern States Wrestling a few months ago, so it's only good logic to put these gentlemen together and give a wrestling lesson, one that we can critique in that ring as being one of the best you're going to see anywhere. And as you can see, I can't sit here and say that either man has had an advantage throughout this match because you have 2 minutes of Kyle Matthews on top. You have 2 minutes of Eric Darkstorm on top, and they just go back and forth. We got a reversal now and catches him with a big leg lariat and sends Matthews down. Darkstorm on top and only a 2 count, and that's all we've seen over the last little bit is 1 and 2 counts. And now you can see we got a reverse chip.
Left, right, and another left to Darkstorm cut him off. Matthews seemed to have the momentum. Darkstorm cuts him off. He ducks a clothesline. Oh, both men go for the same thing. Cross bodies. Both men crash and burn. Both men are down, and here's Jake Booth with a 10 count. Neither man may not be able to answer. Darkstorm's looking for the corner. Matthews may be looking for the corner as well. And the man up to his feet here may have the advantage, Michael. Here comes Pat Nick. Darkstorm! Matthews had that well scouted. Here comes Matthews off the far side. And he head scissor takeover. And look out, a clothesline. And it's a going back and forth down business. It's picking up with a drop kick. Oh, man.
Kyle Matthews solidly in control now. Listen to the crowd, man. They're really enjoying what they're seeing. Covered him for a 2 count only. And Eric Darkstorm, man, he just took a repertoire of maneuvers right there that really took a lot out of him. He caught him very, very quickly with a chin breaker, and I think that was almost on accident because I'm not sure Darkstorm knew exactly where he was at, and drives him down there with a sit-down clothesline almost, took him straight down to the canvas, and only a 2 count there, and you can see Darkstorm holding the back of his head. I can almost imagine what the look on his face was, a look of chagrin on the face as he was disappointed. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to capitalize on that and get a 3 count. Look at this now, sends him in. Uh-oh, caught him there.
Oh, Matthews right there. Just nailed Darkstorm with that kick over the top rope. What athleticism being displayed there by Kyle Matthews. Up and over his man right there, rolls him up. Oh, and he caught him right there with a karate kick right to the side of the head. This could do it. Oh, Eric Darkstorm was able to reach out and grab hold of that bottom rope as referee Jake Booth was right there. Great job of officiating by Jake Booth. But what tremendous action we've seen so far between Darkstorm and Matthews in this contest. As the crowd here in Mount Carmel, they are loving every minute of this, rallying behind Matthews as he brings his man back up. Oh, he went for the slam, but Darkstorm was too much. But Matthews was able to kick out of there on a 2 count. Darkstorm setting up here in position, rolls forward, misses that big kick as Matthews now has him, rolls him up on his own. He could have him here. 2 count only. What great action, Matt Rhodes.
Matthews head off that middle turnbuckle, and Darkstorm got it this time. Rolling Enziguri. Pat Eric Darkstorm with a cover leg hooked and a 3. That's it. Eric Darkstorm with a big victory over Kyle Matthews. Oh my goodness. This match could have went either way.
For 22 years, Southern States Wrestling has been proud of all the young men and women that have started their career right here, have learned the knowledge, have gained the knowledge, and the experience to take it around the country, around the world. Some of them made it to WWE, some went to WCW, some have made a name for themselves and stayed right here in the Mountain Empire, and they've done real well, and we're proud of all of them. And Eric Darkstorm's a young man that I've known for many years, and you just saw a match with him and Kyle Matthews, who I've also known since he was a very young man, a teenager getting started in his profession. Matthews is not done with Darkstorm. Next week we're going to show you a little bit more of their saga as it's been going on, like I said, for over a year now. Getting ready to take a break. We're going to come back and tell you about a very special weekend coming up, a big reunion weekend. We're going to tell you about some dates coming up around the Mountain Empire. We're going to also take a look at a more recent match with the heavyweight champion Eric Darkstorm here in this program today. But as we go to commercial break, let's go to the Lee County Fair over there in Pennington Gap, Virginia last week and take a little bit of a look at the action as the World Ladies Champion Kacee Carlise took on the Southern States Ladies Champion Misty James. Calvary Baptist Church, 1238 Pine Street, Kingsport, Tennessee. Regular schedule of services: Sunday, 9:15 a.m. for Bible study fellowship class for all ages. 10:30 a.m. worship. 6 p.m. blast for children, wake for youth. Sunday night L.I.F.E for adults. Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. children and youth activities. 3D Bible study for adults.
With the economy changing almost daily and not always for the best, let Hassie'sKitchenTable.com keep your food budget under control. Leave the work up to us as we find inexpensive recipes, cooking, and shopping tips. You will soon have all the tips, ideas, recipes you need to feed your family well on a budget and have fun while doing it.
Catch the TV stars of Southern States Wrestling when they come to a town near you. Sunday, November 3rd, Mount Carmel, Tennessee. Armed Forces Center Armory. Featuring the 30-year reunion of Ricky and Robert, the Rock and Roll Express. Saturday, November 2nd, the Union High School, Big Stone Gap, Virginia. An all-star card featuring the Rock and Roll Express. Saturday, September 21st, The Last Stand at the Legion Rec. Empire Wrestling presents a huge night of wrestling as it's the last wrestling event at the historic Legion Street Rec Center in Johnson City, Tennessee. Championship Wrestling comes to the North Carolina Mountain Fair. 2 cards nightly, September 9th, 10th, and 11th. Fletcher, North Carolina. Catch all the action when the TV stars come to a town near you. Be there!
The team of the Rock and Roll Express and White Lightning Tim Horner. Kacee Thunder's been tagged in the ring. It looks like he's getting ready to lock up with Ricky Morton here as Morton grabs the arm now, winding up on the arm of Kacee Thunder, and he's separating the fingers. That's a very painful move there, Mike. They don't care what the Rock and Roll Express does, because the Rock and Roll Express has always been what it is. No doubt about that. Double back elbow there by the Rock and Roll. Robert Gibson went over there and caught Landel with a shot while he was asleep on the apron, as Kacee Thunder now, like a ping pong ball, getting bounced all around him there, as all 3 members of the team of the Rock and Roll and Horner having their turn with Thunder. Kacee now set up, Irish whip into the ropes. Gibson catches him with a punch in the midsection. Horner up and over his man, got him rolled up. Mac McMurray in and only got a 2 count out of that situation. Kacee's back on his feet. He's made the tag now. Blind tag been made to Ricky Rocket. Horner never saw the tag, and Rocket now working him over with a series of double axe handles. And now all 3 members of the team working over Horner in the corner, as Ricky Morton now in. He nails Rocket there, and Ricky Morton now going to work on Kacee Thunder. Tim Horner paired up with Buddy Landel. Robert Gibson's got Ricky Rocket. It's breaking down all over the ring, Mike.
There was a throwback, a classic, a Southern States Wrestling flashback, if you will. Also a very special, that was the very first promotional video the Rock and Roll Express ever had made on them, that was sent around the country for all the promoters in 1983 to see the Rock and Roll Express. You saw it come out of commercial break, but write it down. I want to tell you all about it again. November the 1st, to be announced. Saturday night, November the 2nd, Big Stone Gap, Virginia, Union High School, and then Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, 6 o'clock, November the 3rd, Mount Carmel, Tennessee, just outside of the Kingsport National Guard Armory, Armed Forces Center, as it's now called. Rock and Roll Express 30th anniversary reunion. Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson in action right here in the Mountain Empire the 1st of November. In a couple of weeks, we're going to tell you about who their opponents are. And I've already heard some rumors that, Ricky Morton's made some phone calls looking to get his hands on some wrestling gold around here. Another man coming back to Southern States Wrestling that we've not seen in a while, and I'm talking about the wild and crazy brawler. I'm talking about the man that hangs out in the woods, and I'm talking about Josephus. He sent a special tape in. He wants us to take a look at it as we go to break. Take a look at him. He's on his way back. Wrestlers, beware. Josephus is coming.
The end is near. The end is near. The end is near. The end is near. Hear the message of Josephus. The end is near. 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 The end is near.
Mountain Empire Your Wrestling is back on television. Catch the stars, the champions, and the legends. Southern States Wrestling comes to prime time. Sunday night, 7:30, right here on Tri Cities TNN. Don't miss the stars, the legends, or a moment of the action. Southern States Wrestling, right here, Sunday night, 7:30.
This is WWE's Jerry the King Lawler, and Mountain Empire, this is your wrestling.
Welcome back to Southern States Wrestling in prime time right here on Tri Cities TNN, W.A.K.E. We're so glad you spent your Sunday evening right here with us, getting ready for big Sunday night football, I'm sure, but we're so glad you're watching us here. Inaugural program. So glad you're watching us around the world on YouTube and Facebook, and you can always go back and look at classic SSW events, classic videos at youtube.com/King of King Sport. Also check out kingofkingsport.com. We got DVDs, we got books, we got memories, we got all kinds of stuff, not only about myself, not only about my family, but Southern States Wrestling. And we're getting ready to get fired up about the Rock and Roll Express reunion. So I'm going to start putting some trivia on there about the Rock and Roll Express and a whole lot of other stuff coming up. Joe Wheeler will be here with me next week, and him and I will be the permanent host of the Southern States Wrestling program here, and I'm so excited about getting in the booth and working with Joe Wheeler coming up. Big announcement next week about a television taping where we'll be taping new matches, and you're going to see all kinds of people coming to Southern States Wrestling that A, you never thought would come back, or B, you never thought you would see them here. And I'll let you see that on TV for the first time, because I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, because it may get some of them in trouble and hurt their bookings around the Mountain Empire for the next few weeks. But what I want to do right now, I want to take a look at the heavyweight champion Eric Darkstorm. We saw him earlier against Kyle Matthews, who in my opinion, that's the two top young athletes in this sport today, bar none, anywhere in the country. And we're going to take a look as Eric Darkstorm defended the title back in the spring against Lance Erikson, who is now a member of some tag team, and he's got a set of belts now, and he's doing real well for himself. But you're going to take a look as Lance Erikson goes after Eric Darkstorm in the Southern States heavyweight title.
Very strong competitor as well. You could tell that from the build. A lot bigger in person than he appears to be on television, that's for sure, as is often the case. Into the ropes. Hard in. Erikson comes off. Big shoulder block there on Darkstorm, and catches his man with a second one. The champion now in trouble, into the ropes. And just that fast, Darkstorm retaliates with a shoulder block of his own. Reversal into the ropes here. Oh! And Erikson with a thunderous clothesline right there, and got a 2 count on that one, as Darkstorm now being pulled up by the hair of the head, and a hard forearm right there by Lance Erikson. They're back into the corner here. Darkstorm is begging off here, asking for a moment, and Erikson gave him a hard shot right to the mouth there. Darkstorm finds himself in trouble, and just that fast sneaks a kick to the midsection. Hard forearm shiver of his own right there. But a knife-edge chop is what takes Lance Erikson down to the canvas. Heavyweight championship, which I think that could be widely disputed. Irish whip got reversed right there. Erikson took a moment, and he shouldn't have, and he cost him. Put his shoulder right into that steel ring post, as Darkstorm, all he needed was that second to sneak away. And Darkstorm drops down on that arm right there, as he is going to focus his attack perhaps on the arm of Lance Erikson. Darkstorm with a twisting diving maneuver right there. We're at the 5-minute mark in the contest, as Eric Darkstorm has Lance Erikson under control with a hammerlock on that arm. Southern States Wrestling proudly running strong after 22 years promoting professional wrestling throughout the entire South. The Carolinas, Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky. Oh, Erikson with a hard shot right there. And it's that type of hard-hitting action is what has brought the fans back time and time again. And fans, it's all about you. It really is. Without the support of the fans, Southern States Wrestling wouldn't exist, just like any other business or promotion. And we appreciate you folks tuning in, turning on, checking out the television program, coming out to the live events, ordering the DVDs, buying the books, and interacting with all the stars of Southern States Wrestling. We really do appreciate you guys. And after all these 22 years, it's all been because of you, the fans, coming out and supporting the events. Darkstorm with a big cover and only got a 2 count on that one. Going right back in on that arm, though. Darkstorm focusing his attack on the left arm of Lance Erikson. As the crowd here in Mount Carmel, Tennessee, rallying behind Darkstorm. Action. Double axe handle mix right there. Lance Erikson up and over his man. Got him down, got him covered, and got a 2 count only. Look out, Erikson. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, he caught his man right there. Caught his man with that kick, but apparently that was all he had at the moment as he just collapsed to the mat in exhaustion, as it appears. This is a key moment. This is a crucial moment in the match. Lance Erikson, whatever energy he's got, he needs to roll over and try to cover Darkstorm if at all possible. But apparently the damage has been done to his arm and shoulder as he is not able to get it together. Darkstorm's back on his feet. Erikson's back on his feet as well. Oh, hard elbow right there coming in. Darkstorm across, and Erikson nailed him with that clothesline. Catches him with a big shot right there. And wow, once again, Darkstorm is in a tremendous amount of trouble. Erikson's in and got a 2 count only on it. Wow, I thought that might have done it right there. Very, very close. As Erikson follows it in with a big clothesline on Darkstorm. The champion is definitely in trouble, but just that fast, he reverses, catches his man, and slams him down. Drove the back of his head into the canvas there. Irish whip across into the far side. Rolling thunder kick right there. This could do it. Darkstorm's in. He's got his man covered and got the 3 count right there. Lance Erikson just was defeated by Eric Darkstorm. Tremendous matchup.
Well, the old watch is telling me we're almost out of time for this week. Thank you very much for watching Southern States Wrestling return to television right here. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell everybody at work, tell everybody you know. Put it on your Facebook, your Twitter, put it out there. Southern States Wrestling each and every Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. right here, Tri Cities TNN, or go watch us. YouTube.com/King of King Sports. Keep up to date with what's going on no matter where you live in the world. You can find us either online or on your local television program. Next week we're going to take a look at the tag team champions of Southern States Wrestling. 2 fixtures here for many years. I'm talking about Scott Sterling, Frank Parker, and lots of rumors spreading around about who their new manager is and what is going on, because we have heard it. Misty and I have been on cards with Parker and Sterling, and we've seen that James McCone has not been with them. A lot of rumors going around. We're going to hopefully put them to rest next week, tell you the facts of the story and what's going on. We're going to take a look at Jake Booth right here next week. Also going to take a look at the Rock and Roll Express again as we get ready for that big reunion. God bless each and every one of you for watching us. We'll see you right back here next week. So long, everybody.